39.
Wow. That was right here. Before we go too far in this video, I wanted to put a little insert in here about two things. Number one, Justin Rackley and Stephanie Rackley. I do not know them. I have been a fan of Justin's, aka Lake Fork guy, for several years, and I saw he posted a video today that his tumor's back growing. And I don't know you, buddy, but you seem like a heck of a nice guy, and I just want you to know that you guys, you and your family, are in our thoughts and in our prayers, and I hope the outcome on this one is as good as it was the last time. I truly believe it will be. I think there's a plan for you, my friend. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. Second thing, on a little bit cheerier note, hello, Sam. So I get a lot of questions. Do I guide? And I do not. My fishing time is too precious. You know, I'm in the insurance business here in Dallas, so when I'm at the lake, I want to go fishing. And but I do know several guides, and I kind of know who's on the water and who's in town, and who's catching fish. So guys ask me all the time, hey, you know, if you don't guide, who would you recommend? And a lot of it has to do with what they're wanting to do. Are they practicing for the tournament? Are they wanting to do, you know, electronics lessons, etc.? Well, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, some guys reached out of Arkansas and said, hey, we want to come down, and there's going to be 4 of us, and we just kind of want to go on a little whack fest. So I connected them with Brian Branum, who you're going to see in this video today. And Brian took them out and brought along with him, bear with me, I got to find my picture here. So Brian, since there's 4 of them, Brian brought in Corbett Ross, who is another Rayburn guide, has a house up the Ash Arm. And the picture you're about to see is of Steve Spradlin. So Steve's biggest fish ever was a 7-pounder. And today, so I guess Sunday was their first day for them all to fish together. And actually not in the area you're going to see Brian and I fishing in a completely another area he carried them into because he thought he might be on some better fish. And those 2 boats crushed them. This is the big fish. That's an 11 and a half. He went from a 7-pound big fish to an 11 and a half. That's Steven Spradlin from Arkansas. And then I heard from Brian this afternoon, he caught an 8-pounder this afternoon. So he bested his personal best 2 days in a row on Rayburn. What you're going to see today is, and this is really crazy, I had been getting reports all week long last week on that little warming trend of guys whacking them on the north end of Rayburn. And for some reason, so it's more off-colored from, I'm going to say, mud up. There's more color to that water, and that's what I wanted to find Sunday. I really want to get on some shallow flipping fish, and those fish have been right there. Some guys have been catching them. I heard some friends of mine caught 77 fish Monday or Tuesday of last week. So I went fishing with Brian Saturday. We went, I'm not going to say way down south, but a little further down the lake where there's a little bit clearer water, and you'll see we had a ball. We caught the crud out of them. We'll show you that footage here in a second. But then Sunday I stayed up north and I struggled. And you're going to hear in my video here, I'm going to stay north again Saturday because I really feel like those fish are that close to being a whack fest up there. And I got so much more confidence on the north end and feel like I know where the big ones live. So we'll see what happens this weekend. But here we go. This is going to be a fun, yes ma'am, this is going to be a fun video. Enjoy, guys.
C-O-R-B-E-T-T. Ross. Corbett Ross. He's come on to his own fishing in the past year.
I think he's about 50.
He's only 39.
Wow. That was right here. Nope, nope, nope. Come here. Come here. He'll bring it up here for you. Bodie, don't fall in. Okay, there you go. No, no, Bodie, it's over here, silly. Bodie. Bodie.
Hold on, doggy.
He's like, where's that fish?
You want to smell?
No, no nipping.
Hey,
Bodie.
come here, dog.
Bodie.
Bodie.
Bodie. Dopey.
Here's the fish. Bodie, the fish came over here. Bodie, look.
Bodie.
Bodie, look.
Look, behind you. Hey.
Bodie.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you're such a knucklehead. Okay, that was a zoo. Tell
The
Uncle
chances
Brian.
of getting on around this part is
Tell Uncle Brian, welcome to the dog zoo.
Hi, doggy. Y'all say bye. Bye-bye. Talk some to it and then edit it.
Yep. What you do?
You got that some bitch pretty fast out there.
Yeah.
Little one.
Yeah.
And you got you hung up.
Yep. Look out, sister.
Yeah, we got a small one. Maybe dog.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, that's a problem.
You got one? You got him? No. You got one?
Yeah. Trying to see if I can get a second.
Oh, you're good. That's awesome. I bet there's a bunch of them in there. Oh, hey, Rick, every trouble them dogs.
Come here. No, no, no. Let's be let's be nice to Mr. Fish. Everybody can give him a kiss, but we're not gonna bite him.
That is nice, dude. They are freaking. Look at them.
He bit the top hook.
Look at them.
All right, be nice to Mr. Fish. When we get there. All right, so this next little video clip's going to require just a second of explanation because I'm going to have to bleep out. I'm not a fan of profanity on my YouTube channel. I know some guys don't care, but I do because I want everyone to be family friendly. So I might have to bleep out the first part of this clip. But what happened here is Sarah and I normally stop there at the donut shop in Zabala to get donuts in the morning, and it's not unusual. So I buy her a kolache, me a kolache, the dog's a kolache, and a couple of donut holes, and then we all kind of share them. And it's not unusual for us to have a little bit left over because I tend to overbuy. And yesterday I opened the glove box, and by the way, let me just go on record. I got a big issue about littering in the lake. I once fished with a guy who wanted to team fish with me, and he threw a plastic bag in the water, and I told him don't ever do that again, and an hour later he did it again, and we never fished together since. So I will only throw organic material in the lake, apple core, banana peel, stuff like that. So I opened the glove box yesterday looking for something, I think for my hat, and there was a bag in there that was obviously from the donut shop. So I just, without thinking about it, opened it, grabbed it, and threw it. It was 2 old kolaches out of the boat, and then wadded up the bag and stuck it in my trash box in here. And the dogs went crazy because they saw those kolaches. Little did I know, those were Brian's kolaches he had bought for us to eat that day. So this is his reaction, and my reaction once I realized what I had done to him. I felt bad, but it was so funny. Here you go. Move, move. No, you're not gonna, look at that, look at her. I threw those old,
Oh, no. You didn't throw my kolaches out, did you?
Oh no!
Well, I bought those this morning.
Oh, I thought those were Sarah. Hey,
you got
hey!
Much.
I do. I brought you a sandwich. Hey!
When I walked up to your pieces, looking at that right there makes me want to cry.
Your kolaches out.
I asked, when I walked up
I'm
to your
gonna have
boat, I
to
said, I got us a really rare lunch.
I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
I can't believe you did that. I really can't. That sucked. Makes me want to cry. I could not wait to eat them.
I'm sorry, I thought you were
I wasn't too
kolaches.
far off eating one of them.
Oh crap, I feel bad.
Man. It's hard enough out here.
Oh, that ain't
I
right.
watch someone throw my shit away. Kenneth, I'm not supposed to bring lunch on the boat. You should tell
I don't
me
think y'all can see this, but
That's Brian's kolaches floating down the boat. I thought that Sarah had left them in here.
There goes my lunch.
From a couple of weeks ago.
I brought those all. I got up early to go get those from a certain place.
So I threw his kolaches in. I feel so bad.
Boy.
Oh crap, that's bad. I did at least bring him a sandwich, so. Wow, that's awful. So we are not the only foolish people on the water today. Corbett caught. How many bites you had, Corbett?
3.
3 bites. We've been out here, what, maybe an hour?
Yeah.
That's a good solid 2.5, 3 pound fish. Very nice.
We had to go meet it at a place, download the data that's in the pipe. Crap. That's bigger, 4 or 5 pounder. Hold the black one. Yeah.
She's like, I see it. All right, let me see.
That's good, dog, but you cannot fight
Okay.
it.
All right, no.
You got it? That's a good one, dude. I'll make one more cast with this. Now, are you doing anything to get that bait down further or not? Not really?
So we started up in the bushes, and you've seen us, we've sort of backed out, and there's some fish out here, so no bite, leave it alone. So we're out here in, what are we in, about 16, 18 foot of water, Brian?
Yeah, we're in the in-between.
So as he said, we're in the in-between, and we're just fishing these little drains, throwing, that one was actually on a Lucky Craft, 3/4 ounce Lucky Craft, 15 pound Seaguar line. This is a heavier rod than I usually use. This is a TP1 76H. 15 pound Seaguar, just creeping it around out here. I'm throwing it on a 6/4-to-1 reel, so a slower reel. The water's, so it's interesting, the water in the back of where we started back there was 54, 55.
It was over 55.
It's still 54 out here, so this water hadn't cooled up near as much as either one of us thought it would. But, I mean, gosh, how many bites have we had? You've had 4 or 5 flipping?
At least.
So that's probably 8 bites in 2 hours. I'm really pleased. I will admit I'm a little surprised, but I'm certainly pleased. That was a better bite. The first one, just as I told Brian, it just sort of wet ragged it, but that one knocked slack in my line. So if you really want to learn how to calm dogs down in your boat, get your sandwich out.
Look at that. I wish I could picture that. Did you look at that?
Oh.
Those are such cute dogs.
Sam.
Great picture, man.
Sister, hey, you almost got my sandwich.
Josh, good dog. Y'all could have had 2 kolaches. We could have dried them out.
Daddy threw the kolaches out.
This is truly
Seriously.
a spot.
Y'all had a really big breakfast. You remember the big breakfast this morning?
Long bass right there.
Anybody remember the big breakfast? No? All right.
This day, this spot,
Last bite for everybody.
I tell you, get the Lone Star in right here.
Oh, that is so good. Everybody get Cheryl.
Man, Corbett could have gone all around this whole coveway. He's fishing. There's one. They're in here. They're on this. They're on this spot. Yeah, maybe. Better than those. but I'm not pulling hard.
Around the camera he goes.
It might be a good one. Might be a real good one.
Nobody knows. Everybody's clueless right now. Oh, that's a joke.
That's a good one. Damn fighter.
He's got a nice one.
Don't look very good.
Oh, I'm riding me a Stella. Oh, Stella, Stella. Hey, 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 hey. No, no. Stay here, hey.
Wrong hook.
No.
Hey, y'all stop.
No. All right, now you can go. Boy, that's a.
Oh yeah.
Camera's behind you.
Not bad. Doggies be nice.
It's 1 o'clock on Sunday on Rayburn. Bo and I just finished up our leftover pizza, so we're packing it to the house. After catching all those fish in the bushes yesterday, I wanted to come up here and flip more colored water. So we basically fished from mud to just this side of Stanley. We fished a bunch of the stuff that I really like to fish, and fished some beautiful stuff, and really didn't catch much. I didn't catch anything as far as that goes. I had a couple of bites. By the way, the water up here is quite a bit cooler, and it's not from last night. It only got down, it didn't get real cold last night. But the only place I feel like maybe I hit a group of fish is I was coming around a point, and a guy was coming to me, and it's a spot that I've caught a lot of fish off of in the past. And I pitched up there with a lizard, and one thumped it and swam off with it, and I shook it off. And I moved on past that spot, and that guy left, and I was coming out, and another guy come in there in front of me and pulled right up on it and caught one. It looked like a 3 or 4 pound fish. So there's a group of fish there, but obviously there's more than me knows about that group of fish. So we got the Sweet 16 next weekend. If you don't know about that tournament, it's Outlaw Outdoors. It's next Sunday. It is, you catch 16 pounds, you get a check. No matter how many people fish it. Doesn't matter if it takes 38 pounds to win it. If you catch 16, you get a check. So we're gonna fish Saturday unless my buddy Chet doesn't go out on a job. If he doesn't go out on a job, we'll fish Bass Champs Saturday on Toledo and back over here Sunday. But I think he's gonna go out on a job Thursday, so I think probably I'll be back over here Saturday. And I haven't looked at the weather this week. I gotta tell you, if it's warm this week, I'm coming back up here. Even after what I saw on the south end yesterday, I like flipping this colored water up here. And so if we get some warm weather this week, the water's already back up to 52 now. So this little bit of sunshine in the last hour is warming this water back up. I would rather spend my time up here and not running to the other end of the lake, because there's nowhere to put in down there. So we'll see. We got my partner is going to fish, he says, next Friday and Saturday. He doesn't feel good right now. Didn't fish yesterday or today, but hopefully one of us will figure something out or get on a little group of fish, and we can at least be competitive or stumble up on something and get lucky and win one. So, oh well. Bo, you ready to carry it to Dallas? I think he is. We'll see you guys next weekend. I came over here to let Bodie get out and go to the restroom, so check it out. This is the Monterey ramp. So there's the railing that comes into the water, but look at this side. The trash can's in the water. Telephone pole. That's sweet gum right there. Between that sweet gum and that yellow pole, or that yellow support, is where we normally park our boats, beach our boats to put in the water. So to give you a sense of how high the water is next time you come down here when the water's back, or how high it was, I want to show you something on the back of this. I'll measure it when we're down here, but next time. But whoops, there's a metal tag on the back of that pole, and you can see that water, it's come down about 4 or 5 inches. You can see it was about halfway up that metal tag. So next time you're down here when the water's back to pool, That'll be our sort of marker to remember how high this water was. And obviously the ramp's closed. Thought that was kind of interesting.